if you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. We're here Tuesday, August 26th, 2025, taking us through to 26, September, August 31st, September 1st, August 31st. I don't have a calendar anywhere near me right now. But the next 7 days from where we are now, we're taking a look at the next 7 days that are ahead of us. So welcome. My name is Lara. If you're seeing this video and you didn't know that that was my name, that's what it is. So welcome. If you've been here before, which is probably going to be most people who see this, hi, how are you? How was your new moon in Virgo? Mine was complicated. How was yours? Did you let yourself rest? I did. It was hard to do. And yeah, anyway, we're back again with Tarot Tuesday. So welcome. If you're seeing this video and it's, on or around August 26th in 2025, then great, because this is largely going to be about the astrology. Actually, I may not even really talk about the astrology because I don't really know too much, but we'll just kind of recap some stuff, I guess. And, but the astrology currently in this particular point on this space-time, whatever, okay, we're all underneath this energy. So we're all sharing this in common. These patterns, themes, whatever that's coming up is happening because of where the planets are at this particular moment in time. However, if you're finding this and it is not August the 26th and it's nowhere near August the 26th, that's okay too, because whatever energies are in this reading, you may be tapping into this at a different time. Time is not linear. I just read an article recently about how everything is all happening at the same time. So there you go. We just experience it in a very linear way. Yeah, so you're tapped into this at any time, right? Whether that's a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, okay? You can trust that there's maybe something here for you. Now, you will know for yourself what messages are meant for you. Couple things. One, I always encourage all of us to use our own best judgment, okay? Don't rely entirely on the word of someone else, please, okay? Not in these times. It's good for your health to make decisions for yourself, okay? So I always like to encourage people who come to my readings to do that exactly. So whatever makes sense for you here, great. That is for you if you want it, okay? You don't have to have it. Ideally, you may find some insight or get some sense of clarity or just have like a laugh at how ridiculous everything is. Either way, great. Use your best judgment. You know your situation better than anybody else who knows it, okay? I am just here as a channel, a communicator, to read what I see in the cards. That's it, okay? So please use your best judgment. You don't have to take anything from this that you don't feel is right for you. And the reason I say that doubly so is because this is also a general reading. So that means that everybody who's coming to this reading is connected to this energy. I am connected to this energy as well. I don't get a get out of jail free card for these either. All right. So So yeah, it may not be super specific to what your situation is. I don't know what your situation is. Okay. I'm just telling you what I see. And it may be that I use an example that is your specific situation. That's a pretty clear sign, but you know, maybe not. All right. Like I said, you're going to know what's right for you. All right. Take what you like, leave the rest. And yeah, I'm laughing at myself. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of it. That's like my little disclaimers stuff. Okay. This is, yeah, not meant to substitute for any sort of like legal, medical, or, other kind of advice. Like, all right. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay, great. Let's talk a little bit about it, shall we? So we're here, August 26th. We, as far as what's the astrology that's coming up ahead, there's all kinds of transits and squares and conjunctions that are happening. We are moving into eclipse season. So the next time that we have a full moon, we will, is it full moon? Is it new moon? We're moving into the eclipse season. Okay. So it's the eclipse season lasts for the next 6 months. It's a highly, highly potent energy, as if 2025 hasn't been highly potent. But this is really an opportunity for a lot of like karmic closure under these eclipses. It's an opportunity also to let the universe step in and do some work. So we just had, over the weekend, we had our Virgo new moon, which is our last moon before we get into eclipse season. This was a highly potent time if you did any manifesting. And I don't know if you were here or if you're going to go back and watch the new moon video that I posted. I do these Tarot Tuesday videos every week, but then also I have new moon and full moons that come out once every month, one for each. And I think it's really interesting because a part of what I'm manifesting required a lot of rest. And I'm like trying to work through the ways that I feel about rest and about how like I don't deserve rest and I have to keep going and there's so much to do. But the reality is literally what I am working on building for myself is a softer life where rest is a integral component, so that I can do the work that I want to do. Honestly, like I can't do the work that I want to be doing in this life if I'm stuck in this like hustle, survive, like mindset. So I think that's been really interesting to see how passive, for those of us who saw that video, it was like a passive manifestation. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But that was, we had the new moon and also the new moon right on the tails of Virgo season. So we are just dipping our toes into Virgo season. Now is the time to get our shit together. Okay. Virgo loves the details. Virgo can be a bit of a perfectionist as well. But it is about getting ourselves organized and getting plans put together. Virgo comes right after Leo season because we, in Leo season, have seen ourselves. Leo is like the I am energy, and Virgo is about embodying it. So what are these practical steps that we will take to begin acting as our new version of ourself? Maybe you could argue it's new, you could argue it's always been you, however you want to look at it, honestly. But it's that process of taking what we learned in Leo season about who we are or who we want to be, and beginning to actually embody that. And what does that look like on a very practical level? Because Leo's not practical at all. Virgo is, though. Okay. So that's the energy that we're starting to walk into now. And I'm sure that eclipse season will be wild, as it always is. So we're going to see. Also, this is like bringing us into the last quarter of the year. So here we go. You know what I'm saying? The last quarter of whose year, I guess. Depends on what calendar you're using. Anyway, let me not get into all of that right now. So, but that's what's up. As far as moving forward, I don't know. A bunch of stuff is in retrograde as well. Saturn was in retrograde, then came out of it, and then I guess I have no idea. I can't even keep track anymore of the retrograding. So there's a lot. There's been a lot. There is a lot. Let's see what our cards and our oracles are going to say for this week. All right. I'm kind of tired of listening to myself talk. So here we go. I have the usual suspects here with me. Let's start with our oracle of mystical moments here and see if we could just please like catch a vibe or whatever. Can we have an idea of what energy we're going to be working with over the next 7 days for everyone who is coming to see this video, the collective who's coming to see this video? Ooh, Rose Garden. Love it. Her hair is literally a leaf. Okay, she's holding the rose. She simultaneously has the butterfly and the caterpillar, which are huge symbols of transformation. She is nature herself. You know, it's giving like even the garden vibes, kind of, maybe. Okay, let's read about it. This is also number 9. I like that number. Number 9, Rose Garden. Ooh, sensitivity, awareness of nature, integrated whole, and strength. Look at this beautiful woman who has transformed into a flower. She holds a red blooming rose to the place where her heart belongs. Her hair has become a leaf blown by the wind. She is a part of nature and grows stronger with her every gentle touch and loving gesture. She is not alone. Her friends, the caterpillar and butterfly, are here to visit. Thorns threaten to prick her, but she is not scared. A rose is beautiful and strong because of its thorns, not in spite of them. So, yeah, what was I just talking about? Virgo season after Leo season, embodying that energy of who we are, who we have realized, who we see that we want to become, into an integrated whole, into the nature, the very fabric of our being here. Elements of transformation, the caterpillar transforming into the butterfly. Okay, it takes as long as it takes. You can't rush a flower to bloom. I know. Even though I try, I know. Also, I'm getting, this said strength. So I'm picking up on that strength, like the strength tarot card, which is Leo season as well. I also feel like this is reminding me of the Nine of Pentacles as well, which is like very independent. And I think, you know what, that's interesting because I talked about this in one of the other videos I made recently, where Virgo is known as the Virgin, and the etymology of that word, we think of the word virgin as like pure, but like in a very specific sense, like before the act of physical intimacy, right? However, what it actually meant before it became that meaning, it meant sacred and holy as yourself. So again, there's this like idea of independence, integrated wisdom, the awareness that you are a part of the whole as well. You are nature. You are a part of nature. And who you are becoming, or that aspect of you that you are bringing out, I think it's the same thing. That is a natural part of who you are. It's also giving shadow work. So it's giving a lot, okay? I like this. Oh my God, an eclipse season, shadow work, please get over it. Every time you turn around, all right? But let's see what our spicy oracle says. We'll get a few of these guys. Boop, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so we have... What order does this go? Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, so here's what we have. We have... No, just kidding. This is the way it goes. Taking requests. Now you try. Of course I will. So what this is giving is taking requests. It's almost as if whatever you've been asking for, the universe has been open to hearing. It wants to hear what you want. Taking requests. Ask and you shall receive. That's kind of energy that I'm getting from this. Now you try, though, is making me think again about that Virgo energy. You've put in your request. I want to be this. I want to do this. I want to have this. Okay. Now you try. This is really where I'm feeling that is like the integration period. It's funny that it's the Diablo too, because again, that is making me think about shadow work. But you try in the sense that like, okay, you've asked for what you wanted. Now you have to actually embody through behaviors. And I think a lot of what the Virgo moon too was like, what are you releasing so that you can call in what you're asking for? And now you try. This is our opportunity to actually make those decisions. And of course I will. Okay? Of course I will. Because you're committed to this. But I think we're going to see practical applications. I know for me, this moon, the last moon that just happened, was also a black moon, which means other things and makes it even more intense. And talk about course correction. My God. Like, literally, jobs ghosted, things tapering off. I'm like, all right. because I am like peeling away and I'm seeing like, right, these are the things that I do to keep myself distracted. So maybe don't keep doing that all the time, because the answer is not out there. The answer is like me embodying what I'm asking for. Right? I don't know, but I do get like a fun feeling about it. Okay, let's see what the cards are going to say. So we'll go ahead and we'll ask for 3 cards as we do. That was 1. Could we have 2 more cards, please, just to show us what the energy of this week is looking like so that we may act accordingly. That's 2. Ew, I don't hate it. Okay, 1 more, please. There we go. Thank you. Ooh, okay, hang on. I gotta sit with this. Hang on. All right, let's make some sense of this, shall we? Shadow cards. At the bottom of the deck, these are the cards of our subconscious. All right, whether or not you're aware of this energy, this is what is just below the surface for you, us. This is what's driving everything in your life right now. So we have the Temperance card here. Balance, alchemy. Okay, there's huge shifting happening here. You are becoming something new. You are taking and alchemizing these aspects of yourself and of your life and turning them into something bright and beautiful, okay? This is divinely guided and inspired here. And it is like having one foot in both worlds, okay? Patience in doing what you're doing, okay? Which is great. We love to see it. We love to see some balance. We love to see some patience and some temperance, okay? Moderation is another thing as well. Maybe you have identified the ways in which you are excessive in whatever way, overconsumption of any kind, right? I know that's what the moon brought up for me, which is not a new theme for me to be working with. But temperance is really like you can identify it and you know how to shape shift it and you know how to alchemize this energy from something that is taking away from you and transform it into something that is building you up. That's what we have coming through with the Temperance. The 4 of Wands, you certainly have cause for celebration for this. This is like, this feels great. This feels good. You should be proud of yourself, okay? Because there is a foundation that is being built for you. This is the 1111 card as well with this portal here. You are stepping into something completely new. Celebrate yourself on your way, okay? But celebrating yourself that looks a little different, right? Considering the Temperance and considering balance and moderation. But a lot of it, I think the 6 of Cups here, this is this celebration. There's a lot of support as well with the 4 and the 6 of Cups. This is, maybe there's certain connections here that are really helping to uplift you in this process. Now, because we're talking about the subconscious, this could be guides, or a lot. This could also be a lot of inner child work. If you've been doing a lot of inner child work, celebrating that inner child, I think, is helping you maintain this sense of balance as well. Okay. And developing a loving connection with that inner child, showing this inner child like, hi, I'm the grown up now and I'm here to take care of you. You can trust me in this process. I think there's still doubts about your ability. Be careful of where you are how do I want to say this? Be careful of where your ego is forcing things. There's still a little bit of that happening. You already have everything that you need. So there's no forcing or attempts to control that are necessary, even when you may feel like you want to. Okay? But you don't need to do that. Be wary of where you are doing that. Around things that maybe like sound like a good idea. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Okay. So I think being like really careful where your intention around these things that maybe sound too good to be true. Ultimately though, you know how to find the truth. Okay. And you are standing in your power, the Sun card, more Leo energy, okay? That I am energy. So all of that is coming up from underneath the surface here. I think in general, that's great, you know? Yeah. I think in general, that's great. But there may also be an element of like protecting that inner child around these opportunities that may be too good to be true. That maybe that inner child is trying to force the opportunity, trying to control the outcome. But ultimately, even within yourself, stand in your power. That's where we are. And we are. Okay? So that's under the surface. No big deal. Let's talk about what we'll be moving through for the rest of the week. So again, yeah, with the Two of Cups here, this is like misalignment in relationships. This could be any kind of a relationship, but it is a relationship that is something you were emotionally connected to. I want to say letting go of connections that are not aligned with what's filling up your cup. Because here we have two hands coming together and they're both filling up each other's cup, okay? In the reverse position, these connections are actually draining you. This could be with people, places, jobs, things. Okay, but there is some like diluted sense of fulfillment here, even though it's draining on your energy. Where are you still overly invested or overly connected to things that are not filling your cup? Okay. This is coming up early in the week. The Queen of Cups is coming with that. So this is all about your psychic ability, your ability to tap in to the wisdom of your emotions and how you're feeling. How do you feel after you engage in certain situations around certain people? Do you feel filled up or do you feel drained? The Queen of Cups also has this really beautiful, like in this card specifically, this element of surrender, right? And trust. So, you know, she also understands that emotions are energy in motion. So things continue to move, right? And the Queen of Cups is like, you have to swim with the current. You can't control it, right? You can't catch water with your hands. But there is something about this week that we really are like letting go. And we're like, you know what? Yeah, I surrender. And making space to feel those feelings, no matter what those feelings are. Knowing that these feelings that you are picking up on are informing you about these relationships, these dynamics that are not working out. And then in the end of the week, okay, the Six of Pentacles, we're more focused on reciprocity, the equal balance of give and take here with the Six of Pentacles, whether that means something will actually be coming into your world, or this is just like a shift, like a fundamental shift internally that you're making. I could see it as both. Okay. But this is the universe bringing something in to support you because you've been asking for it. But again, you know, you've been asking for this support, but this cannot come in for you. And I think this is something that you're going to be realizing this week in this space of the Queen of Cups. The universe can't come in and support you when you're literally letting your life force be drained by something else. Does that make sense? So we'll have practical applications of like how we're integrating this information. Okay, I think there will be more opportunity, if there hasn't been already. I feel like this is kind of like been happening the last couple of days for me, maybe even the last week. But there's opportunity here that is just more surrender, more letting go, so that the universe can come in and provide for you. This is a part of everything that you are meant to be embodying. Okay. And you're up for it. I think we feel ready. I don't feel a lot of resistance around it because we've got this Rose Garden card here. And with the taking requests, now you try, of course I will. There's a renewed sense of like vigor with this thing, which is something we've been working on forever in new ways over and over again, because that's how this works. All right. So I don't know. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? That's what I've got for you. I hope it made a little bit of sense. Yeah, let me know. Drop me a comment. You can like, share, subscribe, see what other people think about it. See where everybody else is at. There's all kinds of information below in the description box. You are welcome to check that out as well. I am here. So yeah, let me know. We'll see where this week takes us. But I think it's going to be interesting something about this week feels very transformative with all of this energy. So that's what I got. That's what I got. And one can only hope. All right. One can only hope. But with transformation comes a lot of like, you gotta just let go and ride those waves, baby. Ride those waves. Okay. So that's it. In that case, we'll see you on the other side next week.